Let's talk about the course layout, expectations from students, and how grades are awarded. When you navigate to the course D12 website, the first thing that you'll see is the announcements page. Now at the time of this recording, there are no announcements, but this will change. There'll be plenty more announcements coming, and so you should check your email regularly so that you are kept abreast of all the announcements that are made in the course. I'll be posting here deadlines, reminders, or any changes to the course content. Now let's go over to the content section, and your first stop shop should be the course syllabus. Okay. So this first page gives you the contact information. The primary contact with me should be through my email. You can also schedule an appointment with me, and I'd be happy to hop on a Zoom call and chat if you have any questions related to the course, or even if you don't have any questions related to the course and just want to have a chat, you're welcome to send me an email for an appointment. Down here you have information about the department staff, and then this gives you information about the course. Do note that this is an asynchronous online course, so the lectures are pre-recorded videos, and we are not going to be having a synchronous meeting unless you just want to meet for a one-on-one for office hours. The textbook is called Security Policies and Implementation Issues by Johnson and Estom, and it's available in the bookstore. This is a recommended textbook. I've summarized the important concepts from the book, wrote down my own notes, and provided them as readings in the D2L website itself. So you shouldn't need to rush out and buy a copy, but I would recommend getting the book as a reference. It's a good book. Now, this bit here provides the details about the course objectives, and this section here talks about the attendance policies, which basically entails actively engaging and turning in the assignments on a weekly basis. There are 3 different activities that you are responsible for on which your grade is going to be determined. So that's the quizzes, which are 25% of your grade. Next, we have 4 assignments. These are in the form of short papers. And then there is a final paper, which is the culmination of all that you've learned in the course. And you'll be basically developing your own cybersecurity policy from scratch. All right, let's go over the course calendar, which tells us which topics we will be covering on a week-by-week basis. The assignments and the quizzes that must be attempted, and the deadlines. Now, the deadline is always going to be midnight Sunday, with the exception of the first deadline for the syllabus quiz, which is due in the first 2 days of the semester. So that's the syllabus. Let's go back to that syllabus page. Note that the syllabus quiz must be completed for attendance purposes within the first 2 days of the semester. So as soon as you open up your D12 page, I would recommend doing the syllabus quiz and making sure that you are registered with us. Now, if we go to the course content, then you'll see that the material is divided up into a total of 5 total weeks. Week 1 introduces the course, why it's helpful for your career, and it uses a case study of ethical hacking to demonstrate how cyber policies and regulations are used in practice. The second week dives deeper into what a cyber policy is, how it's different from mechanisms, and then how to create and implement them for the corporate realm. We will look at examples from real organizations of good and bad policies here. In the third week, we are going to shift gears and learn about how governments use policies to curb criminal behavior, how cybercrime law works, and how different types of cybercrimes are prosecuted using cybercrime policy and regulation. We will see why, unlike physical crime, it's so much harder to catch and punish cybercriminals. Now, week 4 takes this further by examining some federal cybercrime policies, such as the Cyber Fraud and Abuse Act, cyber stalking, and information theft laws. We will also learn to appreciate their complexity. The last week is all about developing a cyber policy from scratch and applying all the best practices you've learned throughout the course. I would recommend to start thinking about this early because it is meant to be longer than the typical short papers that you're going to be writing for your regular assignments. The way the content for each week is structured is that you have the required reading at the top, followed by the video lectures recorded on YouTube. The quizzes come next, and for each quiz you'll have 3 timed attempts where the last one counts. Again, note that the last attempt is used for the grade, not the best one of all 3. And this is to encourage learning from previous mistakes and not answering randomly and knowing that, one with the best answer guesses will get picked. The assignments are at the end. Now, I've posted a playlist of the entire set of videos up here just in case you're interested in bookmarking the playlist and just navigating through them on the YouTube page rather than, clicking on the individual links here in D12. All right, so that's all for the course layout, the expectations and the grading. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you have any questions, let me know via email.